Hello, friends, and welcome back to Real Talk. I'm Tina here with Angel and April, and today we're going to talk about just some practical things that you can put into place to enhance your fitness journey. I think we want to start with awareness. Last week we talked about just some of our personal stories,
Mm,
and I think that whenever we come into awareness about where we're at, that's really the first step.
mhm,
So I know, April, you talked just a little bit about kind of your journey. And, you mentioned something about your doctor. Talk
mm.
about that male doctor versus that female doctor. Not that one is better than the other, but maybe just some of the things that you found.
Yeah, and, being in the military for so long that you get assigned a doctor, and changing to a different doctor is a big deal.
Mhm.
So, I was having trouble sleeping and, just general things, and he was an older man, and, I went into him, and he ran blood tests, he did all this stuff, and he's like, "Well, I just don't know what's wrong with you." And I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? Where do we go from here?" "Well, I don't know." I said, "Okay." So, I got out of his office, I went down the hall to, like, c um, customer service, if you wanna call it that, and I said, "I need a new doctor." And she's like, "Well, why do you need a new doctor?" I told her what, and it was a female, and I
Mhm.
told her what my doctor had told me. She's like, "Oh, yes, you need a new doctor." So, she gave me a female doctor, and I went in and I was describing, she's like, "Oh, well, what about this?" I'm like, "Yes, I forgot to tell you that." And she's like, "Yeah, but she was about my age. She was, I think, a little older than me at the time, and she had that practical hands-on experience of being
Mhm.
a female and knowing what we're going through, because as females, a lot of times we are very easily doctors try to dismiss us as we're being dramatic, we're crazy, we're
I don't know if anybody's ever felt like that.
no, 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 not at all. But, and I'm not talking down male doctors. There's a lot of good male doctors out
Oh,
there.
yeah, yeah.
But, as we get older, and, it's so funny because I don't know how many doctors I've had tell me, "Well, as we age, and especially with females," and I'm like, "Are you aging? Because I know I'm probably got 20 years on you, honey. So, you must be talking about me."
So again, creating awareness, right? So if you feel like something's just not right, listen to that gut intuition and do some research. I think that we have to be responsible for our own health and fitness journey, our own health healthcare period,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Just to be able to make sure that we do the research to figure that out. Angel, let's talk a little bit about just some micro steps that people can take when they're looking at making a change. So you talked last week about 10,000 steps, getting the right kind of nutrition in.
Yeah, that was a huge eye awakening to me. Like I just sat down and I just started writing down, like making a few journal, like what did I put in my mouth, right? And because I had a teenager at home still, right? And the older kids are still think they're teenagers, right? I was putting a lot of carbs that turn to sugar, that turn to fat into my body, right? And when I made that switch, I did some of the intermittent fasting like April, right? But when I made that switch and I want to say a healthy keto, because there's all these keto things out there, but then a healthy keto, that's when it started coming off. Now, did it come off fast? Mm-mm.
No.
It didn't. It came off a little bit by a little bit by a little bit, but I just made those healthy choices, and then now it's a habit, right?
Yes.
Now it's a habit. It's a habit. I'm not grabbing the junk. I'm not grabbing the different things. And I'll just tell you guys a little funny story. Bobby spent a night with me last night, and she's like going, "I'm hungry." Like it's like 8:30, and she goes, I go, "Well, I've got this and this." I was like giving her. She goes, "You got any peanut butter and jelly?" And I said, "I do." And she goes, and I said, "Do you want it on a muffin? Because I've got English muffins frozen for the kids." And she goes, "Do you have any bread?" And I go, "No, I don't have any bread."
We don't bread
I
at
just
our
need peanut butter out of the jar, right? But I've made those, like it's not even in my house, right? So those little, you just got to clean out your cupboards, get it out of your house, and But my doctor, which is a great male doctor, okay, so we don't want to but he's like, Angel, he goes, I want you kind of following a Mediterranean diet, and I want you getting 100 grams at least of protein a day. Like everyone's different of protein. And I had to like stop and think about that. Like, where am I getting that from? So I'm getting it from a good, clean protein thing now. I'm getting it from tuna and salmon and steak. And one of the doctors I follow on Instagram, he goes, I eat 3 eggs and steak for breakfast every morning. He's like skinny as a rail, and healthy as a horse, right? And he's good, organic, good food, right? He's not eating a Pop-Tart and a Lucky Charms and, filling your body full of sugar, right? Which is not good for you. So my steps were is I started eating clean and I started walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nutrition. Yeah. Absolutely. Nutrition matters, y'all. Greek yogurt, just, it's a really good healthy snack in the afternoon, and you could put some berries in it. You can Google 30 grams of protein for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So do some things like that. Walking, your water intake is huge. I have a gal on my team that I've been coaching, and she's lost 48 pounds, and she started drinking a gallon of water a day. And literally that's just all she changed was, just drinking water, not soda, not coffee, not anything else. And some of you are cringing right now going, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could do that. And I will tell you,
in the bathroom, like a gal, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to
that's the thing. She said, I'm going to live in the bathroom. I said, that's okay. You can live in the bathroom, but you're going to lose the weight. Would you rather live in the bathroom and get healthier, or would you sit on your couch? Would you rather sit on your couch and be a couch potato and continue? Because if you want to stay where you're at, keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, that's easy. You got that down.
Easy, right? That's what we've been doing. And so she starts drinking a gallon of water a day. And y'all, she's not even drinking just like spring water. She's drinking bottled water. She's drinking bubbly water. She's drinking flavored water. And I was like, I don't care. Because it's not about perfection. It's about progress, right? She starts losing weight. And then eventually she starts rolling into just water. And then let's talk about movement. All right. So this gal was moving about 1,500 steps a day because she had some mobility issues on a cane, right? 48 pounds later, she's like, hey, I'm walking pretty good without my cane. I'm up to 4,000 steps a day. So maybe you're not at 10,000, but again, it's progress, not perfection, right?
Yeah.
Super proud of her. You talked about tracking your food. Y'all, my Fitness Pal, you can track it. So when she plateaued, I said, all right, this is great. Haven't lost anything, haven't gained anything. It's a win. No, after several weeks of that, it's not a win anymore. We're staying the same. And we still have ways to go.
Yeah.
So I started tracking in my Fitness Pal. And all of a sudden, 5 pounds, 2 pounds, 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. It's starting to come off again. So it's so important to be watching,
you talked earlier the other day about like being in going into that deficit, like you were talking about calories and like your calories you need to have. Share that. I think everyone needs to hear that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this morning I was at the gym, right? And so I track on my watch and I have a heart rate monitor. I'm like, okay, I burned 620 calories. So that doesn't mean that I can open up my Fitness Pal. I add in the 620 calories that I put in, but that doesn't mean I get to eat 620 more today, right? So you have to create a deficit. At the end of the day, you guys, at the end of the day, it is still about input versus output. We have to move our bodies more than the calories that we put into our bodies. It will work. It may take time, but we need to be doing the right kinds of exercises. It's not just cardio after 40 or 50, y'all. We've got to include some weight training. The more muscle you build, right, the more calories you will burn. Muscle and fat weigh exactly the same. 100 pounds of muscle weighs the same as 100 pounds of fat. It takes up less space. Okay. So 100 pounds of fat might take up this much space. 100 pounds of muscle may take up this much space. 100 pounds of fat takes up this much space. Think about 100 pounds of cotton balls in a box. How big is that box going to be? But how about 100 pounds of concrete?
Solid.
Yep.
Yeah.
But still 100 pounds, right? It's still 100 pounds.
And ladies, I want y'all to remember that, and I've heard this so much. Well, I don't want to bulk up like those women. They don't look feminine. Honey, do you know how hard it is for those women to look like that? They choose to look like that. They are very strict on their diet. They work their butts off in the gym. So you know what? You're not going to accidentally get muscular like that. What you are going to do, though, is you're going to tone up. You're going to look more feminine. You're going to have that hourglass figure. And, I mean, it's really sexy when you take care and you tone your body. So don't think that you're going to accidentally look all muscular. That's not going to happen.
You're going to look good walking in the room. You're going to look good walking out of the room. Okay.
Yep.
Absolutely. And the way that I have toned up a little bit. Like I'm not toned, but you hear me, guys. I do 25 push-ups and 25 squats, and then I'll do 25 more push-ups and 20 more, but I do them on my bar, right? So that's toned all this up, like, but there's no like heavy weight lifting involved in that. The only weight is my own body weight pushing against there. So don't think you have to get down on your hands and knees to do push-ups to tone, right?
You can do them in the door.
You can do them on the door. Yeah, you can do them on the door. You can do squats while your coffee's brewing, okay? Like those are the crazy things I do. And when I walk with my friends, we stop and we lean up against something and we push up and we dip and we squat.
Yeah.
It's working.
I love that you said that, because body weight is so, use your body weight. You don't have to go out and, you can tell that this is what I work out in. I've got my navy t-shirts because, I don't wear them out in public anymore. We've got our gym down in my husband's shop. We go down there in the morning. It's not fancy. We do have, like dumbbells, but we've slowly added stuff. But yeah, you can start where you're at. And just like you said, once you start and you just lean against something and you do that, then you're going to progress, you're going to build muscle, and you can go down, if you do push-ups on your knees or whatever. Right. Yeah, squats, walking lunges. Oh, walking lunges are fantastic, and you're going to feel them after you've done them. And it's just body weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's it. Progress, not perfection, you guys.
Yeah.
That's what I want to focus on is little baby steps. At the gym that I work out in, it's 15-minute sessions. If you want to know more about that, private message me. Okay. But I can do 15 minutes of anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? You can get on Pinterest and just look for body weight exercises and find tons of stuff.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this.
Sorry, guys.
We're going to wrap this up. And we just want you to remember that you are powerful.
And you are beautiful.
And you are enough just the way you are.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.